Good morning, my dear students. Today, once again, I am here with you to discuss and to explain the lesson The Snake and the Mirror. In this lesson, yesterday I have told you about the background and I have specified you the lesson. Okay, so this is the story about a snake who had entered into the narrator's room, and the narrator is a homeopathic doctor. And he had just started his practice those days. Now, children, it was a hot summer night. The doctor had his meals at the restaurant, and I told you he was returning home. He lighted the kerosene lamp because the rented house was not electrified and he was not earning enough. He had a new job, so very less earning he was having. That's why he had to buy a house which did not had electricity. Well, after having his meals at the restaurant, he returned back. He took off his coat and shirt and opened the two windows. After some time, he settled on the chair and took out a book. Children, there was a large mirror on the table. Those days, the doctor bothered much about their look. So, in those days, doctors and the modelers, those who were in Bollywood, in the restaurants, so these people, they were much bothered about their look. They used to think that in which manner they can beautify themselves, they would look more smarter. So this doctor was also bothered about his look. And children, he picked up the comb and parted his hair to look whether the hairstyle is suiting him or not. He looked at his reflection in the mirror, and children, also he started practicing an attractive smile on his face. He started smiling, and various type of smiling he had done in front of mirror to see that which smile suits him the most. Now there were many rats in the room which constantly made a noise. The doctor got up, he lit a bidi and paced up and down. The thought of his marriage came to him. Now children, after thinking about his look, he was thinking about his marriage, and he thought that his wife should be earning, should be fat, okay, so as not be able to run after and catch him when he needed to run away. He came back again and sat at the table. Children, suddenly there was a thud sound. What type of sound? Thud, as if something fell. As he turned his head, a fat snake, a big snake, had landed over his shoulder. Before the doctor could think of anything, the snake had coiled around his left arm above the elbow. His hood was spread out. His head was hardly 3 or 4 inches from his face. The doctor was scared. He was so much afraid that he became like a piece of stone, sitting still in the same position on his chair. Now children, he was so scared, he thought of only one help, the help from God. As if God appreciated that, the snake turned its head and looked into the mirror. Then the snake then unwound itself from the doctor's arm and fell into his lap. From there it crept on the table, and then it started looking at his face. The snake started looking, he moved towards the mirror and he started looking at its reflection more closely. Now this was a doctor opportunity to get up. Very slowly he got up from the chair and ran out of the house. He reached to his friend's house. He explained everything, and since he was having no electricity in the room, his room was not electrified, so he thought to pass that night with his friend. Now in the morning when he came, he found that a thief had taken away all his things, and there was no sign of the snake, but he had left one thing for him. And what was that? That will be discussed in the story. So this is the background. This again I have reflected the main points of the story. Now the explanation part. So children, as I told you that he was a doctor of homeopath, and he had to teach also. He had to teach to the young doctors who were learning homeopath. So one day he was sitting and he asked them, have you seen ever a snake which has coiled itself around any part of your body? So this was asked by him. So I'm starting with the first paragraph. Has a snake ever coiled itself round any part of your body? A full-blooded cobra. All of us fell silent. Now he asked a question to his student that have you ever seen or have you ever had this experience that a snake had coiled round your any part of the body? And that snake is not an ordinary snake. It is a full-blooded cobra, the most dangerous snake in this earth. All of us fell silent. Now children, everybody was silent because nobody had such an experience in their life. The question came from the homeopath. The topic, not from the homeopath means from that doctor, from that homeopathic doctor. The topic came up when we were discussing snakes. We listened attentively as the doctor continued with his tale. So they listened attentively as the doctor continues with his tale. Now, it was a hot summer night. About 10 o'clock, I had my meal at the restaurant and returned to my room. So children, it was a hot summer night. Okay, about 10 o'clock. Now he started telling about his incident. The doctor started telling his tale about his life. Now let's discuss what he told. It was a hot summer night. About 10 o'clock, I had my meal at the restaurant and returned to my room. So he is telling it was a hot summer night, okay, and it was 10 o'clock at night. He had his meal at the restaurant and returned to my room. I heard a noise from above as I opened the door. Now children, when he was opening the door, he felt some noise from above. But when he went inside, the sound was a familiar one. Nothing new, it was a familiar sound as a lot of rats were also living in his room. One could say that the rats and I shared the room. In fact, children, he wanted to say not only he but many rats also shared the room where he was living. I took out my box of matches and lighted the kerosene lamp on the table. Now children, he took out his box of matches and his house was not electrified. So what happened? He took the kerosene lamp on the table. He lit the lamp. Paragraph 2. The house was not electrified. It was a small rented room. Now children, he is telling about his room. It was not a big house, or in fact it was not a house at all. It was simply a rented room. I had just set up medical practice and my earnings were meager. Now he told he just now he had started doing his medical practice and there was very less earning was there. I had about 60 rupees in my suitcase. Now children, total rupees how much he had earned till now? Only 60 rupees, but that was a good amount at those days, in those days. Along with some shirts and dhotis, I have also possessed one solitary black coat which I was then wearing. Now he's telling about his clothes. Since he was not having enough earnings, so he had a very less clothes also. He was having only some shirts and dhotis, but only one solitary. Solitary means alone, lonely. So only one black coat he was having for wearing. I took off my black coat, white shirt and not so white vest and hung them up. Now children, after returning from the restaurant, he took off his black coat, white shirt and not so white vest and hung them up. And children, vest is an undergarments like banyan. Now children, that vest was not very white, it has turned yellowish. It was very old. So that also he took out and hung to his on the place where he used to hang all his clothes. I opened the two windows in the room. Then children, there was a suffocation. To remove that suffocation, he had opened the two windows of his room. It was an outer room with one wall facing the open yard. It had a tiled roof. with long supporting gables that rested on the beam over the wall. Now, children, you can see that he was having a tiled roof and a gable was there. What is a gable? See, this part is a gable. You can see in the picture, this is a gable here. Okay, so this is a gable. You can see here it was an outer room with one wall facing the open yard. It had tiled roof with long supporting gables that rested on the beam over the wall. There was no ceiling. Now, children, that house did not had any ceiling. Can you see any ceiling? No, only the roof tiled, gabled, supporting the system that rested on the beam over the wall. There was no ceiling. There was a regular traffic of rats to find and from the beam. Now, children, from the beam, from upward, he can see that all the rats, there were so many traffic, that means so many rats were present in his room that they used to come from upper side to the room. I made my bed and pulled it close to the wall. Now, children, he made his bed. That means he put properly all his pillows and his whole bed cover, everything, and pulled it close to the wall. I lay down, but I could not sleep. Now, children, he wanted to sleep, but he was not able to sleep. I got up and went out to the veranda for a little air. Again, he got up from his bed. He went to the veranda for a little air, but the wind god seemed to have taken time off. But there was no air he could feel in the veranda, so as if the wind god had seemed to have taken time off, that as if wind god wanted to have some time off for him. That means no wind. I went back into the room and sat down on the chair. Again he went into the room and he sat down on his chair. I opened the box beneath the table and took out a book. Now, children, he opened a box beneath the table and took out a book, the Materia Medica. I opened it at the table on which stood the lamp and a large mirror. A small comb lay beside the mirror. Now, children, that Materia Medica was a book related with medicine, and he used to learn that in which disease which medicine has to give. I opened it at the table on which stood the lamp. Now, children, he put the book on the table and opened it. On the table also lamp was there and a large mirror was there. A small comb lay beside the mirror. Not only mirror, but a small comb was also kept beside the mirror. One feels tempted to look into a mirror when it is near one. Children, it is a general nature of a human being. If a mirror is in front of you or it is a little bit longer than you, okay, if it is kept quite near to you, then it is human tendency to look their reflection into the mirror. So he also was, since he was very much near to the mirror, he also took a look. In those days, I was a great admirer of beauty and I believed in making myself look handsome. Now, children, he also shared his feeling that he really loved beautiful things and he himself wanted to make him beautiful. He wanted to make himself look very handsome. So, let's see what he did for that. I was unmarried and I was a doctor. He told me, first of all, I was unmarried and I had a good job. He was a doctor. I felt I had to make my presence felt. He thought, and with a handsome look, everybody will feel my presence. That means I will get importance everywhere. I picked up the comb and adjusted the parting so that it looked straight and neat. Now, children, he picked up the comb and he ran through his hair and adjusted the parting so that it looked straight and neat. Again, I heard that sound from above. Again, he had heard that sound from above. I took a close look at my face in the mirror. I made an important decision. I would shave daily and grow a thin mustache to look more handsome. I was, after all, a bachelor and a doctor. Now, children, again he took his look And now he decided now what he had to do, how he will look more handsome. So he was thinking for that how he would look more handsome. And for that, this time he thought that he would what he would do, he would shave daily, and at the same time he would grow a thin mustache to look more handsome. I was after all a bachelor and a doctor, so again children, he had a bit ego also.
Hello,
He had a bit ego also, and he told that so he told dad, after all he was a handsome and he was a bachelor person and he was more handsome than the other person, and he is too a doctor. I looked into the mirror and smiled. Now children, he started smiling and thinking how handsome he is looking. It was an attractive smile. He felt his smile is very attractive. I made another earth shaking decision. Now children, a very important earth shaking decision, that means a very important decision he made. I would always keep the attractive smile on my face. Now he told this thing, he shared this thing, that to make himself more handsome, what he will do, he would always keep that attractive smile on his face to look more handsome. I was after all a bachelor and a doctor too on top of it. Again he was having the same ego that he is a bachelor and he is a doctor too. That means a good job with a good face, so he would be admired everywhere. Again came that noise from above. Now children, again he felt the noise from above. I got up, paced up and down to the room. Then another lovely thought struck me. Now he got up, he started moving from here to there. Then another lovely thought struck me. I would get married to a woman doctor who had plenty of money. Now children, he immediately started thinking of his marriage also. He started thinking that he would marry a girl who will have plenty of money and a good medical practice. Good medical practice matlab that means she would also be doing the job of a doctor. So he would like to marry a girl who had a lot of money, and that girl should also be a doctor. She had to be fat. Not the other funny thing is that this is a humorous point in the story, that he want his wife to be very fat for a valid reason, and there was a reason for that. Now let's see what was the reason. If I made some silly mistake and needed to run away, she should not be able to run after me and catch me. Now so he thought that if I made some mistake, and being a thin person I can run fast, and she would be not able to run and catch me. So with such thought in my mind, I resumed my seat in the chair. Now children, he was thinking all this thing, and he resumed, that means by thinking all this thing, he came back to his chair. With such thoughts in my mind, I resumed my seat in the chair in front of the table. Now children, he went in the front of the table and he sat there. There were no more sounds from above. Now he was not able to hear any sound from above. Suddenly there came a dull thud, as if rubber tube had fallen to the ground. Children, what happened? There was no sound, as if the rat had gone away, and he was very much happy by his thought that how he would look more handsome. He was happy in thinking about his future wife, that she should have a money, she should be rich, she should be a doctor, and the other thing is that she should be fat. Okay, why she should be fat? Because he wanted that his wife should not catch him if he do any mistake. Now children, then he remembers that when he entered the room, lot of noise was coming, but now not even a less noise was also he was not able to hear. Now he felt that something fell with a third sound. He looked at the back and he was shocked to see. Let's see what he had seen. And children, even so, I thought I would turn around and take a look. At first, he thought there's nothing to worry. Some snake or some rat must be there. But then he thought, even then, he thought that he would turn around and take a look. No sooner had I turned than a fat snake wriggled over the black back of the chair and landed on my shoulder. Children, when he was looking at the back, suddenly he saw that a very big snake, that a very fat snake, it's wriggling over the back of the chair. At the back of the chair, he's climbing and wriggling, and suddenly that snake landed on his shoulder. The snake landing on me and my turning were simultaneously. The children, when he turned at the back and when the snake was landing on his shoulder, it was simultaneously. That means both happened simultaneously, means both happened at the same time. And wriggled means made sharp, quick movement. The word wriggle means made sharp and quick movement. You can see this word is here. Okay. So the snake landing on me and my turning were simultaneously. Simultaneously, that means happened at the same time happening. So what happened at the same time? The snake landing at his shoulder, a big snake, a fat snake, and turning and looking was at the same time. I did not jump, I did not tremble, I did not cry. He was so scared that he did not even jump. He was not able to tremble also. The snake was sitting on his shoulder and he was so scared that the voice was not coming from his mouth. He was not able to cry out. So such was the situation of the doctor. He did not even imagine that this thing would happen to him. A snake had coiled around its neck. A snake was sitting on his shoulder and that snake was very big. There was no time to do any such thing. He told me it is useless to cry and curse anyone. It is time to do the action. The snake slithered along my shoulder. Slithered means slipped. Slithered. Write the meaning of slithered. So slithered means slid or slipped and coiled around my left arm above the elbow. The worst thing has happened now, which he never thought in a dream would happen to any person. That snake, it slipped along my shoulder, it crawled around his shoulder and he coiled around my left arm. Coiled means twine. Okay, to make twine in a circular motion. So this was the situation. He was not able to cry, he was not able to think. He now don't know what to do because a snake had coiled and taken his position in his left arm above the elbow. The hood was spread out. The hood of the snake was spread and its head was hardly 3 or 4 inches from my face. Now anything can happen to him. That cobra was only 3 to 4 inches from my face. Now children, you can imagine how worse the situation was. Even if he will move, the snake can bite him anytime. So poor fellow, he was not able to cry also, and if he will cry also, who would come to help him? He was all alone in the room. It would not be correct to say merely that I sat there holding my breath. I was turned to stone. He said, okay, no, it would not be correct to say that merely that I sat there holding my breath. Now, children, he told, it would not be correct if I will tell that I was holding my breath in fear, but in fact I was so scared that I felt that as if I have turned to stone. But my mind was very active. Now children, but he was actively thinking now what to do, how to save himself. He was continuously thinking. The door opened into darkness. Now children, he looked towards his door and he can see it had become dark. The room was surrounded by darkness. That means darkness was there. It was night time. In the light of the lamp, I sat there like a stone image in the flesh. Now, children, in that light, in that dim light, he was feeling that as if some stone image with a flesh and blood inside is sitting. That means he was sitting very quietly, not moving even a single part of his body. He was so scared. Paragraph 8. I felt then the great presence of the creator of this world and this universe. Now, children, only one thing he could do, he could remember God for the help. This is the time that if he will pray to God, he might help him. So he felt the great presence of the creator of this world. Who is the creator of this world and this universe? It is God. So he felt that only one creator of the world, only he can help him, because he is everywhere. God was there too. Suppose I said something and he did not like it. So children, he started thinking that suppose I ask him something and tell something and he did not like it, then what will happen? I tried in my imagination to write in bright letters outside my little heart the two words. Now children, he started imagining that he is writing in bright letters outside his little heart the words, "Oh God." Now he could write only two words. That what was the wording? "Oh God." There was some pain in my left arm. It was as if a thick leaden rod, no, a rod made of molten fire. Now children, there was a pain in his arm. It was as if a thick leaden rod. Now children, he felt that as if a thick rod, no, a rod made of molten fire. Now children, the pressure of the snake coil was hurting him. He felt that a rod made of molten fire was there upon his arm, was slowly but powerfully crushing my arm. Now he was slowly and powerfully crushing his arm. The arm was beginning to be drained of all strength. Now he felt that all his strength was becoming less. That means the snake has started doing its work. It started very powerfully, started crushing his arm, and he felt as if all the strength he is losing. What could I do? Now in that situation, he don't know what to do. At my slightest movement, the snake would strike me. Death lurked 4 inches away. Now he thought, even if I will move, the snake would bite me. Death lurked 4 inches away. Now lurk means stay hidden. Okay, he felt that the death is only lurk means lurked. The death has lurked. Lurk means that death is hiding somewhere near him, and very soon it will come and take him. Suppose it struck, what was the medicine I had to take? Now children, again he was thinking. See, his mind is very active, though his body was still. He started thinking, suppose if the snakes bite, then what will happen? Which medicine he will take to save himself? So he was thinking which medicine he will take if he will bite him. And I was but a poor, foolish and stupid doctor. Then he realized what type of doctor he is having. He doesn't have all the important medicine in his house. Maybe he was poor, he was not able to afford it. Maybe he was foolish and a stupid doctor. I forgot my danger and smiled feebly at myself. Now children, he was smiling at himself, at his pitiable condition. He knew that after some time he might not be living also. Feebly means he was weak. He was very weak. it seemed as if God appreciated it. The snake turned its head. It looked into the mirror. Now, children, to him, it seemed as if God appreciated it. The way he had written, "Oh God," he had imagined the two letters with the bright color he is writing outside his heart. "Oh God," it seemed as if God has appreciated that. And snake turned its head. Suddenly, snake turned its head, and it started looking into the mirror and saw its reflection. So suddenly, what happened? The snake, instead of torturing him, it started looking at the mirror, and it saw its reflection. I do not claim that it was the first snake that had ever looked into a mirror, but it was certain that the snake was looking into the mirror. Now he is telling, I don't think it was the first snake who was looking into the reflection. There might be many snakes, but he was feeling that this snake was looking into the mirror. He was looking at himself. Was it admiring its own beauty? No, he was thinking that snake was big, beautiful. So he was thinking like him earlier, as if he was when he was admiring his beauty. He was thinking he's the most handsome person. Similarly, is the snake is also admiring its own beauty? Was it trying to make an important decision about growing a mustache or using eyeshadow and mascara or wearing a vermilion spot on its forehead? Now he was thinking, or it is making some important decision like him about growing a mustache or using eyeshadow and mascara or wearing a vermilion spot on its forehead. That means the snake was thinking that how to do makeup so that it looked more beautiful. Now children, let's see what happened in my next video, and here I stop with this video. Thank you and have a nice day.